You a hater, yo. I've been home for how long? Mind your business and worry about a lot. I'm about to see. I don't know. We about to see. I've seen people like creating their characters. It looked good. I've seen people creating their characters. It look good. They black people actually like black people. You thinks. I'm screaming, Kristen. Screaming. Somebody follow me. I'm screaming. Somebody followed me. Yeah. You thinks. What the hell?
I'm doing this shit for my scams. Y'all nigga get to them bands. I'm doing this shit for my mans. Nigga don't hate on the scams.
I'll look all that up later. Yeah. What's up, Bella? It's good. Oh no, I'll play with all that shit later.
do?
This is awful. Where do we go now? The village. It's you. This way.
What are you doing?
Nata, you can escape through here.
Escape?
People out there will help you.
But what about you?
Go on.
Wait!
Go!
Don't leave me!
Be strong.
Tashin! Begin observation log of the East-West Buffer Zone and the Eastlands beyond, commonly known as the Forbidden Lands.
Weather?
Fair.
Inclemencies?
None.
Visibility?
Dust haze present.
Large monsters?
Clear.
Small monsters?
Clear.
Endemic life?
A number of native birds.
Yeah, I'm just trying to play the game. I'm not trying to buy nothing. Especially right now. I've been waiting for
Other
this game.
anomalies? Other anomalies?
Down there. Someone's in trouble. Set us down along the desert perimeter. It can't be a child. Are you all right? Can you hear me? He's still breathing. Luarte. Luarte. It's an ancient language.
Tend to him.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I don't see any serious injuries.
He's dehydrated.
I thought the Forbidden Lands were uninhabited, sir.
It seems we must do a more thorough investigation.
Oh wow. Go look at my screen, Crystal. You heard me? Nah, Bella, I'm good. Uh-oh. There's still. Go look at the screen. Yeah. Yeah. His haircut and stuff. Hold on, look. I don't know. It'd be like graphic designers and shit. Yeah, look at the dreads. Oh, she just followed. The fucking wedding. You see the little naps? So you see the little naps? Damn. I probably should do this one, right? I don't know. $47. $47. Yeah, I might just use this. This shit came up as red.
Woohoo!
Your name? That was a dope. That was a dope. No. But yeah, I was gonna name it Chris, but I want to see if I can change the clothes.
Yeah, okay.
Let's do this.
Nothing so far. Oh, hey there.
Hey! Over here! Yeah? Hey, over here, Hunter!
Your reputation precedes you, Hunter. I trust you know what I've called you here to discuss.
Yes, sir. The Forbidden Lands?
Indeed. But more precisely about the boy we rescued in the vicinity. Entry to the region itself has been restricted for 1,000 years. We thought it completely uninhabited. Any remnants of its ancient civilization rest solely in historical record. Now imagine our surprise to have discovered this boy. He claimed to be part of a clan, the Keepers. He said they have a village in a land we thought uninhabited for ages. A few years have passed, but the Academy, of course, has remained skeptical.
This village. Is there evidence it exists?
Nothing absolute, but the mysterious composition of the boy's pendant suggests it might. And as for how we came to rescue the boy...
Sir?
It seems a certain monster had forced him to flee. It attacked his village, and he escaped alone. Unfortunately, the underground tunnel he used to make his escape collapsed. We found him, took him in, and here we are.
Do we know the status of the village?
Unknown.
And of the monster?
Unknown. However, the scholars hypothesize that it may be a monster, which we thought to have perished long ago.
An extinct species?
They're calling it the White Wraith. The Guild has authorized the rescue of the Keepers and an investigation into this monster. I've selected you as a lead hunter for this expedition.
Thank you, sir.
Finding the village won't be easy. You'll need the proper guide. Speaking of which, I have an extra assignment for you.
Hello, my name is Alma. Come on. It's okay.
How are ya?
Great.
As soon as we find a good spot, we can get things set up and ready to go.
And then we can get started.
This is gonna be great!
You bet.
Yeah.
I hope we find them soon.
Look!
Hard to part!
Aye!
There's so many.
They're exceptionally agitated. Could they be chasing something?
It's a person! Bring us closer!
And crash right into them!
We're still too far away!
What do we do?
Hold on. What's that?
That's all right.
Can you reach it?
I have to try.
I'm coming too!
Nice! Alright!
Here we go. Hold on.
You gotta save that girl! Don't think we can make it through there! But we can go over!
Looks like it knows a way.
She's in trouble!
I know what to do. Hang on! Get out of here! Here. You're okay now.
Sumut?
Hey, it's okay. You're safe now.
Yo.
So much for this region being uninhabited.
It must be a type of flightless.
Isai. He's still in trouble. Isai? We were doing sacred practice. But then it came. And my brother, he...
What came? One of the things that was chasing you earlier? It's okay. And your brother, where is he?
He told me to run. And he stayed.
Sounds like trouble, yeah?
Can you tell us where he is?
The sacred. He knows Isai sent.
Let's find him.
I'm with you. Everyone else, focus on scouting for a campsite.
Understood. Just send a signal if you need backup.
We'll leave some supplies for you. I'll keep an eye on these two.
We're moving out. Coming.
Please, take these people to save Isai.
We're counting on you.
Come with me, okay?
Don't worry, I'll be back soon.
Okay.
Come on. Be careful out there!
We will! See you later!
We should prepare a bit, just in case.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Have you decided? If you answer a few questions, how would you describe your fight? And what do you look for? If mobility is your first... Wonderful. In that case, equip yourself and we'll be on our way.
You can try out your weapon over here.
Once you've got a feel for the weapon,
Go back to camp if you need to change your weapon.
right, let's have the sacred follow the scent. Wow, these sacred are quite intelligent. Give them a scent and they'll follow it on their own. They're fast, too. Did you hear that?
It's coming from in there.
Down there.
No! Stay away! Come on, bud. We have to run.
Go!
But I can't just leave him.
I'll help. Hurry! Caution. Your target is Cabo, an amphibian. Guild authorizes you to immediately neutralize this threat.
Targeting you. Be careful.
Weapon needs a bit of sharpening.
When we're on the station.
It's going to attack. Weapon needs a bit of sharpening.
We should be safe when we're on the station.
It's safe now.
There. Thank the winds.
Allow us to introduce ourselves.
Wait. Hold on. Did you really do that? There's no way you should have been able to. So, how?
We came because your sister said you were in trouble.
Nona! Where is she?
She's safe, don't worry.
Yeah. We'll take you to her, all right?
Hey! You made it! What a fascinating creature.
Any trouble finding us?
None at all, thanks to your flair.
You must be Isai. Please, this way.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Hey, Hunter. Back already? Good work.
Hey, your sister's just over there.
She's been worried sick. Hurry.
This is a pretty well-protected spot.
We could do a lot worse for an interim camp. This way.
Just a quick check. I'm telling you, we just need some space. She's fine.
What she needs after
Which we're perfectly capable of.
Nona!
Isai, you're okay!
The winds.
You see? She's fine. Now scram. Go. Back to your stations. Go pleasantly.
I didn't properly thank you before. Everything just happened so fast. I didn't know what to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you!
I'm Isai. My sister and I are from a nearby village.
My name is Nona. It's wonderful to meet you. I'm Alma. The others and I are here on a search. We're from a place far out west.
How did you end up in that situation back there?
Oh, it was all my fault. I was careless. I was helping Nona with writing practice, and a giant toad snuck up on us. I told Nona to run for it while I got its attention, but when my sacred and I tried to get away, he slipped, and we fell into that cave. And so, who exactly are the two of you?
Oh, right. We must have really surprised you earlier.
Forgive me for my lack of understanding, but you use those tools? I've never seen anything like that before.
Back where we're from, specialists use these tools to protect others from large creatures. With the understanding that they're never to be brandished at other people, of course. Only those with special permission are allowed to use them.
Tools? Specialists? Permission? It's all new to me. But I'm just glad you were there.
Where's this village you say you're from?
It's just a short distance away by Sacred. Nona and I live there with our grandmother.
Would you happen to know of a tribe called the Keepers?
The Keepers? No, I don't. Sorry.
I see. Well, that's okay. We're actually helping our friend here find his home. His people. They're called the Keepers.
The Keepers, huh? Sorry. I don't remember ever hearing that name before. But our elder... she might know something.
Thanks for letting us borrow your sacred earlier. They were a tremendous help.
Did you train them in your village?
Yes. We raised them from eggs and trained them ourselves. They're invaluable to us as companions.
They're so intelligent. They really came through for us back there.
I know, right? They're great at sensing and avoiding trouble. And at remembering scents. But they're pretty tricky to handle. So not everyone's cut out for riding them. Take this guy, for example. He won't let just anyone ride him. He's almost too smart for his own good. So, when I saw him take to you so easily, I was really impressed. He must have a gift.
That won't do to keep you talking. Let's take a look at those wounds.
Why don't we have a look around base camp? Where should we go first?
Well, look who it is. That was quite a show you put on back there. They told me you were good, but they failed to mention you were halfway out of your mind. I'm Olivia. We'll be working together a lot on this expedition.
The pleasure's all mine. How'd you get roped into this expedition?
Oh, you don't know? My unit has a reputation for handling special assignments. I can already tell this is going to be quite the ordeal, but the rest of my unit is not too fussed.
Sounds like they trust you.
We have our objectives. The Keepers, the White Wraith. But there's more to the job than that. True hunters devote themselves to helping people. That's our calling. So wherever this journey takes us, let's answer that calling. Together. Our paths are many, but the destination is always the same.
So what else have you heard about me? I'm almost afraid to ask.
People say you're a solitary bird, that you prefer to work alone. So why'd you agree to a cooperative undertaking like this? Change of heart?
Changes something.
Well, you're here now, and that's all that matters. I won't pry. So, have you been to the training area yet? There's no better place to learn the feel of a weapon. Have a look when you get the chance. This dream we walk through is fragile. And only through constant self-betterment do we delay its end.
So they set up a training area, huh? Why don't we stop by?
Happy to lend a paw with all your training needs. Yeah. Here. Go work up a good sweat.
Hey there.
Oh, hello.
How are you holding up?
I guess I'm okay. I was so surprised when you jumped off the boat onto that bird thing. That was amazing.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, I hear you crossed the desert on foot.
Yes. Outside the tunnel, it was sand in every direction. Tashin, that's my father's friend, gave me some food and water. So I walked and walked until I couldn't go another step. I don't remember anything after that.
You were very brave.
I guess so.
So, what kind of things do you like?
Me? I don't really know. I liked the tea Alma made for us on the sand ship. It was sweet and smelled nice.
Let's talk again later.
Okay.
Welcome back, Hunter. Looking good out there.
Thanks for looking after Nata and the other kid. Oh, a nice throw back there.
What can I say? I come in handy. Well, I got everything set up and ready to go. What you think? It's not ideal, but I can make do. Especially since we might be on the move soon. But don't you worry. I can still make anything you need to succeed out in the field. And if you got materials, I can make you something. If you don't have enough, I got you covered. Got something in mind? Anything catch your eye? Yeah, it was.
Good memory.
Together. Well, that's enough. Sure. You know where to find me.
Well, if it ain't the Avis unit, here to stock up. We're still in the process of getting set up. The support team is a little behind schedule, so I can't really provide any provisions. Sorry. But they should be here any time now. I'll get back to you after the meeting. Deal?
I think it's almost time for our meeting.
All right, is everyone here?
Avis unit present.
Astrum unit, Rubrum unit, Turris unit, Ferrum unit, present.
Let's see. Provisions? Research? We're here, for the most part.
Let's start with the good news. Thanks to everyone, we're off to an excellent start.
Indeed, we've already made human contact.
The next thing to discuss is our short-term goals. We have two objectives: rescue the Keepers and locate the White Wraith that attacked their village. Unfortunately, the tunnel Nata used has collapsed, and we don't know any other way to find his people.
Any idea how long you were down there?
I walked for several days. I'm not sure which way. After a while, it all started to look the same.
Then we'll need to split up. Make our search as wide as possible.
Good deal. Except I think it'd be better if you held off until the support team arrives.
No objections here.
This project to survey the Forbidden Lands has been in the works for years. And now here we are, finally.
Thank you all. I'm sorry to cause so much trouble.
It's all right, lad. We're in this together.
First things first, I think we ought to escort Nona and Isai back to their village, for safety reasons.
That seems wise. If we're lucky, someone there might have some information about the Keepers.
Why don't we stop by our tent and prepare before we go?
Hey, can one of you help me out? My stockpile of honey is running low.
Is it urgent? How bad do you need honey? And where the heck is the...
How's that wound looking?
Does it still hurt?
Hey, over here.
Uh-huh. Check back in every now and again.
What?
Are you ready to go? We'll escort you back to your village.
Thank you.
Oh, before I forget, did you hear about Provision's honey shortage? We should see if we can scrounge any up.
If it's honey you're after, I know the perfect spot. I'll show you the way.
That would be amazing.
Well then, shall we? You're lucky. Most people don't know about the spot I'm taking you to.
I'll stay here for now. Be careful, okay?
Is your village far?
A little. But on the Sacred, we'll be there in no time.
They're fast, all right.
Yes, and handy if you need to make a quick getaway from a monster. They're clever, too, and good at picking up scents. I don't know what my people would do without them.
I want to become a sacred rider too. I'm sure you'll be a great one, Nona.
I see a lot of Fulgur. It's like the whole valley is made of it.
Fulgur, right? Are you talking about gem chime stones?
Gem chime stones. What a lovely name. And why do you call them that?
Once we reach the village, you'll see.
Wow, look at that.
There's so many of them. Let's get closer.
Tread carefully.
Incredible. I've never heard of a Karapnoth herd this big before.
Some of them have big spikes on their backs.
That's the male. Each herd consists of one male and a number of females.
Is that a mountain? What a weird shape.
You think so? We call it Wind's Gasp.
It definitely takes my breath away.
All right, this is the spot.
Great, thank you.
Over here.
smells so good. Be careful. Hey, wrong way! That should be enough, honey. On to the village, then?
Yes, please follow me. Don't wander too far off. Oh no, I was supposed to draw water. I completely forgot.
You're in for it now.
Yeah, Zato's gonna give me an earful.
Is there anything we can do to help?
Please, no. If anything, it's me who owes you a favor.
I'm starting to get nervous. To the villagers, we're outsiders. I don't want to do anything to offend them.
It'll be fine. Just play it cool.
Do you think they have felines like me there? Good question. The guild hasn't seen evidence of any aliens in the region, but you never know. I'll do my best not to startle them.
We're here. Sorry we're late.
Better late than dead. What happened?
I had a run-in with a giant toad. Might have been its lunch if these people hadn't come along.
Hello, sir. On behalf of the...
You have rescued my friends. For that I thank you. However, your visit is ill-timed. I must ask you to leave.
But we owe them our hospitality. At least...
One more thing, which I am sure you understand. The sacred are precious to our village.
Of course, they'll be returned to you at once.
Thanks for letting us use them.
We'll be going then. Did you see that? The guards at the gates. They weren't carrying weapons. Isai didn't seem to know what weapons were either.
Huh?
What the... These are Blokchi!
Authorization.
Out of here. I almost wet my fur.
Yeah, let's move.
That was a fanged beast, right?
Long gnashers, sharp claws. Yeah, I'd say so.
villagers don't have weapons. This doesn't add up. They must have some means of keeping the monsters out. Maybe they've got some kind of thingamabobble.
Almost there.
Stupid slow human legs. I miss the sacred already. Well, here we are. Home sweet home away from home. It's too bad they didn't let us in the village. Yeah, but I guess they have their reasons. For now, let's worry about getting this honey to provisions. With all the new personnel showing up, this honey could really make a difference.
Good idea.
Well, what can I do for you?
Hey there. What can I do?
A little bird told.
Did you bring me honey? And since the support team's speaking of, where are those furry transporters? They should have been here by now. Either way, can I interest you in something? Selection's not bad, huh? All right, we're here if you need anything.
Yo, Hunter! Come over here. I need to talk to you for a sec. I've got some materials you can use. How about you put them to good use and upgrade that weapon of yours? Got something in mind? I'm ready to work. Alrighty. Perfection. You can find more of this stuff from deposits poking up out of the ground. They're loaded with all kinds of goodies I can use to upgrade your gear, and you're gonna need it. We have no idea what's out here, so it's best to be prepared. Carry a big stick, as they say. So if you need anything, you know where to find me.
What do you think happened to the support team? They should have been here by now.
Are they in trouble? Nakia, Tasmania. Kyotem Myojun. pecheli sacerla. One. Nebun shibun. Nebun shibun. Kyotem myojun. Kershieki. Bakiwa. Kahiza sheye. Volkie duruma. Hezemir. Habor. Ashiba. Chibuka hair. Kenura mehen. Nebun shibun. Libali hihyohi. Cha-cha. Kyotem myojun. Bakiwa. Ewan. Volkie duruma. Hezemir. Kahiza sheye. Nebun shibun. Chibuka hair. Ia pecheli sacerla. Libali hihyohi. Kershieki. Cha-cha. Jesa.
Hey, over here. Can I talk to you right quick? It's about the support team. They should have been here by now. I mapped out what their route ought to be. From the desert, they'd enter the grasslands and... An SOS flare! You don't think...
Come on.
Be careful out there, Hunter.
Follow the scout flies!
The timing, the direction, it must be them.
Hurry!
Move those hindquarters! The support team must be in trouble. Hold on, everyone! I'm coming to help! There they are! No, you don't! Why don't they just put the meat down?
Get on! Hurry!
Are we allowed to?
We can talk about it later. We have to follow them.
Thanks,
Thank
Isai.
you.
Find somewhere safe.
We'll meet up later.
the green swiggly bar. Still watching it?
Get a load of these claws! Got it on the ground! what you get for messing with my partner. And with me.
Great work, Hunter. Oh, and the support team made it to base camp safely.
Great. Let's head back.
Thanks, Isai. You saved everyone.
Can I ask why you came back?
I thought you might need these sacred. You look after them, won't you?
Are you sure? We don't want to burden your village.
They belong with you. I've never met more capable and deserving riders. And I had Gemma make you a new saddle.
I sure did. Even added a holster so you can carry an additional weapon.
That'll come in handy.
And one more thing. I was wondering if you'd like to visit my home. Since Zato is out, my grandmother told me now would be a great time to pay back the favor I owe.
We'd love to, thank you.
Great! I'll be waiting until you're ready to go.
Oh, by the way, everyone's been asking about you.
This is just way too exciting.
Nanda, we should get ready.
Do you think they might know about my village?
Selected your weapons? If not, you can do so in the tent over there. You can also choose the same type of weapon as both your primary and secondary.
Thanks for saving my whiskers, Hunter. I wasn't sure I would make it to base camp. But now, here I am, ready with the on-the-go must-have ingredients a hunter hungers for. That's sort of my job, you see. I'm a purveyor. Call me Tom. The better you eat, the more health and stamina you'll have. Makes things easier out there. Here, I'm setting you up with a little thank you. What do you say to whipping something up? Mew. I'll let you know when the next round's ready. Mew. Look forward to more provisions soon. Help yourself to some provisions.
You keeping stocked?
That's not where we need to go.
Wow.
Greetings, Hunter. I'm happy to inform you that we've laid the groundwork for our monster studies in this region. And we can always use the assistance of a capable hunter like you. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Here, take this field guide. for recording You'll note that it's carry on then.
Sounds like we're going to that village.
Yeah. I hope someone there can help us.
How are you holding up?
I'm okay, I guess. So, does that weapon ever get too heavy?
Not really. I'm used to it.
I'm surprised you don't fall over backwards.
The support team's here.
Uh-huh. You know, we don't have felines where I come from. I couldn't believe my eyes the first time I saw one. So many things are new to me, and so many different kinds of people. I was so scared when I first reached the surface, and it was nothing but sand. But after I met Alma, I wasn't so scared anymore.
So, what have you been into lately?
I really like... is it cheese? I tried it for the first time in your country. It was delicious.
We'll have to scrounge some up.
Thank you.
Let's talk again soon, okay?
Okay.
Got a minute?
Sure. What can I do for you?
Somehow I managed to be the last person to hear this, but is it true you studied under Fabius at the academy?
What? Oh, we've been traveling together all this time, and you're asking me now? But yeah, I did. Though our fields were different, his being biology. Either way, by the time I finished, he'd roped me into joining his research team. Actually, that's when we found Nata, when we were out doing research.
Your field is cultural anthropology, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I started reading up on all kinds of cultures and eras, then that got me into studying lots of languages, which motivated me to further my education, and now here we are.
What sort of things do you do for fun?
Fun? Not sure it meets one's definition of fun, but I like to dabble in archaeology. People, for the most part, haven't changed much throughout the ages, but I'm drawn to the relics that tell their stories. I've unearthed so many strange and unusual curiosities with such fascinating history. They might not look like much, but if we ever get the chance, I'd be delighted to show you sometime. quest now. Are you prepared?
What kind of monster are we after this time? What do you think we'll find?
Got a minute?
Sure. Understood. Be careful out there.
What kind of monster are we after this time?
Let's have another hunt with no surprises today.
This way? You got it. Wow, what a view! Here we go!
anything a monster leaves behind.
You keeping stocked?
Check back in every meow and again.
Well, what can I do for you? Got something in mind? See you later.
Got a minute?
Sure.
Okay, let's move out.
Let's have another hunt with no surprises today.
pill pouch.
Calm the mind and focus. There! That's our target! All ready when you are! What do you think we'll find? This way? You got it.
Damn, it got me!
something in mind? See you later.
You keeping stock?
Ready to go? Great. My village awaits. Okay then, away we go.
Whoa, these are harder to handle than they look.
How many sacred deer people have?
Lots of them. Adults and hatchlings too. Training them is a lot of work. And only those who put in the practice can join the Vanguard.
So then, Sato...
Yes, he leads the Vanguard.
And we're gate crashing while he's away. What's not to like about this plan?
So, how did you know where to find us before?
I was on my way to your camp to give you the sacred when they picked up your scent. I didn't even have to find you. They did.
They really are clever.
Greetings, brother. May we enter?
Greetings. I'll tell the Elder you're here.
This way, friends.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, let's go.
What's that sound? It's so pretty.
That's the gem chimes. They keep the monsters out of the village.
It's almost like music.
Come on. What's all the fuss about?
Who's that? What's that on his back? It's huge. Hey!
I guess they really haven't seen a weapon before.
Ah. I'll tell my family to start getting everything ready for you. Do you mind waiting a little while?
Not at all. Actually, this might be a good chance to talk to the villagers. I want to ask them about Nata.
I'll have a look around.
Me too! Me too!
Okay. We'll meet up later.
Shall we?
Come on, Alma. Let's go.
All right, but remember what I said about being respectful.
I know.
Whoa! Check out this storm.
The storm will be here soon.
Hey, look. What's that stranger carrying?
Hey there. What's this?
You've never seen someone use wilk drops before?
Yo, Hunter, what'd you find? Hang on, what is this? How does it work? Can you show me?
It's called Wilk. You just toss it into the fire.
Huh? Did you see that? It flared up like some kind of fuel. Definitely something strange about it, though. Have you had a chance to ask the Elder about the Keepers yet?
Come in, don't be shy. The children have told me much about you. Sit, for we have matters to discuss.
Hello. Can we speak to the elder of this village?
I am she. Come in, be welcome. I've heard how you saved Nona and Isai. Thank you.
We're just glad they're safe. Thank you for inviting us into your village.
I wish we could be better hosts, but the sand tide approaches, and we are busy readying for the storm. The sands come alive this time of year, like a wild beast bristling with lightning. Once your business here is concluded, you should find shelter.
Before that, we'd like to ask you something. Have you ever heard of a people known as the Keepers? We're trying to locate this boy's home.
Keepers? No, I can't say the name is familiar. But child, you're so young. How did you... Oh, forgive me. I should not ask such painful questions.
It's all right. Thank you so much for your time.
We're ready for you. Come on inside. Please, come in.
Wow. Look at this.
Welcome.
Greetings. Thank you so much for inviting us. We're travelers from the West. My friends and I here.
Yes, of course. You help my grandchildren. Tell me how I can help, and I shall.
Welcome to our home.
Thanks.
Please, have a seat.
Thank you so much again for your warm hospitality.
It's the very least we can do. We hope you enjoy the meal we prepared.
It looks so tasty. Yes, thank you.
As we gather here together, may we so share in the wind's bounty. Please, help yourselves.
Yes, yes.
You heard him.
It's so fragrant. Do you use a special kind of flour?
I don't know about special, but it pairs well with the beans.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Nothing like home cooking.
Thank you for the delicious meal. We're very grateful. And when you were so busy, too.
Nonsense. We're delighted to have you.
It didn't feel right parting the way we did.
We sighted a monster with long, thick fur near the village.
That sounds like a Doshaguma. They never used to venture out of the forest.
There's a forest?
Yes, up the river and beyond the grasslands. We've been encountering Doshaguma a lot recently. They attack our livestock, so we keep them penned up here. Fortunately, the gem chimes protect us.
A bunch of ornaments make you feel safe?
Yes, you see, this region is home to a creature that even the Doshaguma fear. And it just so happens that the gem chime stones sound a lot like that monster.
And that's enough of a deterrent. Interesting.
What's this about an approaching sandstorm?
It'll be here before long, and we have to make sure the village is prepared.
I'm told that there's intense lightning as well as wind. It must be an ordeal.
Yes, but one that the village needs in order to survive.
What do you mean?
After the sandstorm comes the new spring, when life is restored to all the earth.
You can't mean the wasteland out there.
I do, and our patience is rewarded with a season of bounty.
I heard that Nata has been searching for his people. The brave child.
They're called the Keepers. Have you heard of them?
Oh, I wish I could say I have, but I have not.
You must miss your people. I do. With all my heart. I don't know if I have a home left to return to, but I have to believe they're okay.
I suppose we'll take our leave now. Thank
Ooh.
you for the wonderful food and company.
That's a little boy.
There's no rush for you to leave.
That's very kind, but we know how much preparing you have to do for the sandstorm.
Thanks for the grub. Best I've had in ages.
I feel more ready to hunt than ever.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's start heading back to base camp.
Use that for everything. I use that for everything.
So, what's next?
Let's head to the forest.
Right, and maybe we should look into the Doshaguma while we're at it. But for today, let's rest. We can start our investigation fresh tomorrow.
Nata can ride with me. How about we meet up on the path to the forest and go from there?
Perfect. See you all tomorrow then.
We should prepare properly before heading to a new area. Gemma and Nata said they'll catch up. Right. Understood.
Well, can I do for you? Yep. Got something in mind? Got something in mind? You know where to find me.
So today we're going to be having a look at a couple of game settings that I would recommend you guys to check out and potentially even change. I believe that a lot of these are going to get overlooked, particularly by newcomers to the franchise. So if you have any friends that are starting their Monster Hunter journey with Monster Hunter Wilds, make sure to share this video with them and hopefully this will help them out. So let's go ahead and jump into the options. You can see whenever you open up the menu, there's going to be a bunch of stuff in here. At items and equipment, missions and quests, blah, blah, blah. We're going to scroll right down to the end of it into system. Then we're going to jump into the options. So One of the first things that shows up is damage numbers. In the event that you want more
Let's try
detailed
to keep
damage
a low
numbers, you can
profile.
hit display with decimals, and this is
Agreed.
going
Let's
to
be
give you the
careful.
decimal values as well. Me personally, I usually just go with whole values. That works fine for me, so I'm going to leave it as is. You can also turn off damage numbers entirely if you're an old school monster hunter that prefers the way that it was back in the old days. Now, one of the things that usually bothers me in a lot of video games is minimap rotation. I prefer minimap to be fixed. It just helps me orientate myself way better than if it's just like constantly spinning. It just helps with my personal pattern recognition, so I like having it fixed. So that is where you can change that as well right in the beginning. The next page, there's another detailed map rotation. This is for the main map, the big one that you go into, and you look at all of the different things that are on there. You can have that one also be fixed. Now, another thing that we have here is your health gauge display. By default, it's set to dynamic. That means that it is going to collapse in on itself whenever you aren't taking damage or you aren't in active combat. Some players prefer to always have it up, so you can change that here so that it is fixed and it always displays so that you always know how much health do I have? Do I have my food buff? Do I not have my food buff? Because you can see that from your health. Even though there's other ways to check in your food buff, you can press L1 if you want to check that. But yeah, there's also one for the sharpness gauge and all of that stuff, so if that's something that you want to mess with, you can check it there. If you happen to be doing a lot of multiplayer and you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed by the special effects on screen, you can also turn some of those off by removing your ally hit effects or your ally critical effects, or you can leave the critical effects and just remove normal hits. This is something that you can do as well. Continuing right along, we have here Sacred Auto Explore, which sometimes can be a little bit wonky. Usually I like to keep this one off. What this does is if you're just sitting around on Sacred not doing anything, the Sacred will start moving to random locations. You know, that is not, for instance, when you are chasing a monster and you're trying to wrangle your Sacred and it seems like it keeps just like defaulting to go after the monster. You can press down D-pad on that and your Sacred will go into full manual mode and it will stop doing that. It's just down D-pad. I don't know what the key is for that on PC though. Sorry, you'll have to check the controls. There's some optional options here for your support hunters in case you don't want your support hunters doing offset attacks or power clashes or stuff like that, because these are all things that have like a threshold on the monster and they will be consuming this. This is for the NPC hunters. You can mess around with that if that is something that you do not want to have them do, right? Oh, I don't want them wasting my mounts or something like that, right? Then we have this one, which is very important for some of us that do not like bloated damage numbers on weapons, which is the weapon attack power display. So right now I have it to display without coefficient. So what does this do? For those of you that are newcomers, by default, you know, if you look at a great sword and then you look at a dual blades of the same tier, you're going to expect, oh, the great sword deals more damage because it's slower. That is with coefficient. It will show you the greatsword with the bloated value to be like, oh yes, this weapon does way more damage than the dual blades. But in reality, that's not really the case. And it makes it way easier for us to compare the damage between weapons and the tier of weapons if you display it without the coefficient, which is true raw damage. So most hunters will prefer this. If you're a newcomer, you might prefer with coefficient, but ultimately, as you become more and more experienced, you want to get used to this. Because the way that it works with Monster Hunter is that all weapons in the same tier effectively do similar damage. What changes is their movement value, which is the value of the attack itself. So for instance, the Great Sword with the True Charge Slash is going to have really big movement value. So that multiplies with the actual raw damage, and that is what causes the damage that you see whenever you hit a True Charge Slash. Whereas if you happen to be playing with dual blades, their movement value is going to be significantly lower, but you're going to be hitting multiple times. That's how that works. If you display with coefficient, it gives you like an estimate of what the weapon damage is going to be, rather than its true raw. So what that means is this makes it easier for you to compare weapons in the same tier, and this makes it easier for you to understand the damage of the weapons if you're a newcomer, I guess. I would recommend people to get used to display without coefficient as soon as you can, because everything works way better that way, and you're going to have a better understanding of how the game actually works, in my personal opinion.
Time to feast! We are agents. Time to
and once we move on to the control section, one of the first things that I would recommend you turn off is auto sheath. Auto sheath is something that is going to get you killed. I don't even know why there's an option to auto sheath. This option should not exist at all, because what's going to happen is if you happen to be fighting a monster and then you move away a little bit or whatever and your weapon might sheath out of nowhere and you're like, oh no, my weapon sheath. The monster comes in, slaps you across the face. Get used to manual sheathing and unsheathing of your weapon, okay? It will make you a better hunter. Trust me on that. Now, item use controls is a controller-only thing. By default, what they have you do is type 1, which is whenever you are doing the radial menu, you're supposed to release the right stick in order to use an item. So you would, flick your stick up and then release it, and then it will do the thing. I find that to be very imprecise. I like clicking things, makes way more sense. I would recommend type 2 for this particular option, where rather than flicking your stick and sometimes it not working, you just select the item, press down on the stick itself, you press on your right stick, and that will use the item itself. So, in my opinion, this is a far superior way of doing things, but to each their own, as per usual. Now, this one is going to be very specific, which is focus mode. On the second page of controls, you have here hold to activate or press to toggle. Now, number one, if you're playing Insect Glaive, you should be only playing with toggle mode. That is my honest opinion, because toggle mode just has a series of advantages for Insect Glaive. But nowadays, I am even considering most weapons potentially should be using toggle mode because of something that the community has been exploring recently. I've seen a video from Cowslayer on it, and I've seen a video from somebody else on Twitter whose name I'm misremembering, but there's something that they're calling focus magnetism. And basically what that means is whenever you are in focus mode, there's way more forward momentum to your attacks, which helps you with positioning your attacks towards the monster. So I would recommend players to potentially get used to using this with toggle mode, but here you just get to select it. Do you want to hold the right trigger to go into focus mode, or do you want to press it once and you toggle it? This is something that you should most definitely check out. And then finally, if you happen to be on PC, maybe your controller buttons are showing up with different buttons. You can manually choose which buttons you want displayed on your controller here. You have all of the buttons possible available, except for Switch, I guess. But yeah, you have all... No, actually, this is the Switch layout now that I think about it, the A, B, X, Y. But yeah, you can choose whatever layout you want for your buttons. Right now I have the PlayStation because I've been using a DualSense controller. So now, let's talk about camera. Extremely important. One of the first things that you want to be touching up on is going to be the camera zoom. So obviously here you have all the controls of like sensitivity. You should adjust this to whatever you feel comfortable with, but these are not what I'm drawing your attention to. It is going to be here. Camera distance zoom. This dictates how far away from your character the camera is. You can kind of see it zooming in and out of my character. Most players will want the camera fully zoomed out. Then you also have camera distance pan. This is in case you want the camera to be a little bit off-center from your character. I don't know who would use this. I personally don't use this, but yeah, you can do this, and your character stays more to the left for whatever reason. I guess this might be useful if you're playing with guns, maybe? I don't know. But usually the most important thing here is straight up camera distance zoom. Now, another thing that is going to be turned on by default for some strange godforsaken reason is the focus camera. You want to be turning this off as well. I know that it is tempted to keep this particular setting on because basically what this does is it kind of like soft locks onto a monster. But in reality, what happens is whenever you're trying to look around, because Monster Hunter is not the type of game where you're locked into monsters, at least not in my opinion. You do have that option if you want to do that. This is enabled by default. But usually as a hunter, you want to be aware of everything that is around you. And if the camera is constantly zooming back to the monster every time you're trying to look at something else, things get a little bit wonky, particularly if there's multiple monsters fighting and you're not aware where's the second monster. Or, oh, I need to find out where the trap is. You want to look around. The camera just kind of like flicks back to the monster. It gets a little bit frustrating for me, so I would recommend disabling that. But again, experiment with this at your own leisure. The next setting is going to be target camera control type. I believe it is actually defaulted to type 1, which is pretty good, which basically means you press one button, which is usually the left bumper if you're on controller, and you press that and the camera will automatically aim towards the monster. It won't lock onto it, it will just like flick the camera so that you have the monster centered on your camera. In my opinion, this is the best one, but there are some different variations that you can experiment with. I believe Type 1 comes enabled by default, and if it's not, I would recommend you guys to check out Type 1. Now, another thing that gets a lot of players annoyed is the monster sighting camera. Now, this is a cinematic option, which is whenever you see a monster for the first time, the camera kind of like focuses in, shows you the monster and all of that stuff. We used to call this one the breakneck camera back in Monster Hunter World. And if you don't like that, you can just go ahead and disable this if it bothers you. Usually I keep it on for my first playthrough, but for a second playthrough, I would definitely turn it off. In my streaming playthrough, I'm going to keep it on just for you guys, but yeah, usually I would turn this off second playthrough because I don't want the breakneck camera effect happening. Now, when it comes to visual settings, I'm not really going to go too much in depth with this stuff because this is going to depend on your hardware and all of that. One of the recommendations that I would potentially make would be to fiddle around with shadow quality, because this is usually one of the best ways of increasing your performance. Lower like shadow quality a little bit, lower your shadow distance rendering and all of that good stuff. But one of the things that I do want to call to your attention is cutscene graphics. So they have different graphical modes for cutscenes, and the reason why this is kind of like a cool thing is because if you happen to be running on a more modest rig and you're like, oh, I want to get the best performance possible, you're going to tweak these settings to the point where the game is not going to look as good when you zoom into the characters. But because you're looking at your character zoomed out in the middle of a fight, it's not as big of a deal. But then the cutscene pops up and it's going to look like garbage. So you can alter the cutscene quality, and even if you get less frame rate in the cutscene, it's not as important because you're not really playing the game. So you can just appreciate the cutscene at a higher fidelity. Test this option out, see what works for you. There's also settings, I think in the tent or somewhere, in order for you to see previous cutscenes, so check that out for yourself. And finally, in the audio section, in the event that you do not like your paladin speaking, which I know that a lot of players do not appreciate that, there's feline language in the audio section right here that you can go ahead and you swap, and you can either swap them back to feline where you just hear the meows, or you can actually have them use voice. I'm going to be using voice myself, but that is going to be a personal preference. So hopefully these settings improve your hunting experience. Do let me know in the comment section down below if there's a particular setting that you feel that I've missed so that other players would be aware of it. But that is going to be it for now. If you guys enjoyed the video, if it was helpful to you in any way, hit the like button, subscribe, bell notification icon, all that jazz, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay strong, stay safe. Peace out.
Right sweep moving forward. You see, we missed the target right there, right? So now we're back up on the target, and we're gonna go back twice again to the same exact distance, but this time we're gonna do that in focus mode. And you'll see you actually walk a hell of a lot closer and connect with the shot way easier, dude. Focus mode is really good, but man, seeing that, having it on is going to help a lot of you out in combat, because you don't want your moves to be whiffing. You want to be connecting as much hits as you can on the enemies and landing your combos down. A few weeks ago, we made our best settings guide for Monster Hunter in the beta, which those tips, by the way, are still extremely useful. I'll be linking it down below, but there's a couple of new details that I would like to correct that we talked about in that video in particular. Right now, I'm currently playing on the PlayStation 5 Pro. I'm not going to go back through every single setting that we already talked about. You guys can go ahead and check that video out. Again, it's linked down below. The main thing I want to talk about is something that I was actually wrong about. In the comments of that video, a lot of you guys were talking about the tip where I said to switch the dash controls from using both L3 and R1 to only use L3. And while I did play with that for a significant amount of time, and many of you guys in the comments said that, hey, R1 has always been a legacy thing, we actually prefer it. I totally agree. Play however it is that you feel more comfortable with. But the reason why I originally said to remove R1 off of that was because while I was in focus mode and I would be pressing R1 to sprint, I would just continuously be going into focus strike, which you don't want to be doing in combat, and it got me killed a lot in the beta. I was a very new player early on. What you actually have to do is get out of focus mode, and then you could press R1 to sprint away. Get out of dodge, evade, improve your defense. So that actually was the case. Now, as you can see, I have both settings on. It's set to default, and I still either sprint with R1 or L3. But now it's important to note that that's the reason why that was happening, and I fully understand it now. Even to this day, I find myself pressing square to sheath my weapon and then press L3 to sprint away or hold down R1. But the main thing is to know that you need to not always stay in focus mode when the monsters are doing something crazy. You can always sheath your weapon and run away. And I can't not talk about it, guys. Monster Hunter Wilds is out, yes, but you can save a lot of money if you get it on instant gaming right now. Pinned in the comments down below. They have Monster Hunter Wilds right now for $57 for the base edition, and the premium deluxe edition you're saving $21 right now if you get it over here, and this will give you a code that you can use in Steam. And if you're on play right now, if you yes, but you can say doing something square. That's the reason was the case. Now you don't want to be doing it because while I was in focus mode and but the reason why time, and many of you guys in the comments said that, hey, R1 has always been a legacy thing. We actually prefer it. I totally agree. Play however it is that you feel more comfortable with. But the reason why I originally said to remove R1 off of that was because while I was in focus mode and I would be pressing R1 to sprint, I would just continuously be going into focus strike, which you don't want to be doing in combat, and it got me killed a lot in the beta. I was a very new player early on. What you actually have to do is get out of focus mode, and then you could press R1 to sprint away. Get out of dodge, evade, improve your defense. So that actually was the case. Now, as you can see, I have both settings on. It's set to default, and I still either sprint with R1 or L3. But now it's important to note that that's the reason why that was happening, and I fully understand it now. Even to this day, I find myself pressing square to sheath my weapon and then press L3 to sprint away or hold down R1. But the main thing is to know that you need to not always stay in focus mode when the monsters are doing something crazy. You can always sheath your weapon and run away. And I can't not talk about it, guys. Monster Hunter Wilds is out, yes, but you can save a lot of money if you get it on instant gaming. $6 off on every to Gunlands here. But actually, when you're in focus mode and you backdash, you get one quick leap, and then the rest are kind of like slow. There's like the second one is a little slower. There's actually a way to speed that up. If you wait half a second in between back jumps, you'll actually go a lot further, and this has helped me a lot in my playthrough. Get away from big devastating attacks and out of dodge rather than sheathing and trying to run away. Now obviously, if the enemy is throwing out an attack that's going to be in a straight line, you don't want to do that. You want to go to the right and sheath and run away. But that is absolutely another perk with focus mode, because if you try to do this out of focus mode, you'll actually face that direction when you do it. But like focus mode actually puts you in a strafe position, and it keeps you with your front facing forward and lets you use your abilities in that way. The main thing is obviously using focus mode to keep your attacks in front of you and directing them on the monster. Sometimes you'll do some combos where you'll end up going the opposite direction, and you could actually swing it back over to the monster by using focus mode. I got a lot of experience playing Gunlance recently in Monster Hunter Wilds, and it's probably my most advanced weapon to date. And I do plan to make a guide on that, but I highly recommend you guys subscribe to and check out how longsword, melee weapons, and range weapons, how you want to activate focus mode. By default, for melee weapons, it's hold down L2 in order to activate it. It is way better if you switch it to toggle. This way you don't have to hold down L2. It'll help movement and combat, and overall getting off your combo is a lot easier, managing focus mode in that way. But for the range weapons, I absolutely agree that it should be on L2. Hold L2 to activate, and that specifically is like if you're using the bow, for example. All right, let me switch to a bow. It'll help with a lot of some people. Maybe it's a little too slow. Adjust it accordingly to how comfortable you feel with it. Monster sighting camera, I absolutely turned this off. It is so when you just want, and they set this for them. So if you think it's extremely important, you guys check that out. Learn to craft in the middle of the battle. I have a guide up on the issue yourself. Try disabling it and set that out, and get officially an hub for us. Also going to be getting this game. I know like free spring updates. So veterans were talking about how that was actually a really, so taking that and also into Rive and Forbidden Land. You guys think through the story?
Do you know what's really fun? Making a website on WILDS.
Monster Hunter Wilds beta is back, and we are running through talk about pretty bad. Sometimes in combat, when you're trying to press R1, sometimes you might hold it by accident when you're trying to hit the wounds to trigger the focus strike. Disable. I have that set to disable. You guys can experiment with right stick, aim and focus mode control with your right stick, which direction you want to throw out your attacks. I feel like this has been very important in helping me get acclimated to this game's controls and systems. I highly recommend you try this out. So you're going to try this out and you're going to tap L2 in battle, and it'll just, instead of holding down, you'll
In this Monster Hunter Wilds video, I bring you a complete guide for console players on what settings you should indeed be changing before you play. Now there are loads on offer here, and the majority as default are fine, but there are some real questionable choices selected as default options you may want to look into changing. So let's check them out. How's it going, guys? My name is Ethan. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and outing for the tips and be sure to subscribe. Now firstly, let me apologise about my even crazy sounding voice. I've got a crazy cold and it's keeping my class, so apologise for that. Okay, so Monster Hunter Wilds is brand new. I decided to pick it up on console, where most of my pals play. I would have probably done the PC normally, but hey, why not? Consoles will change. And while here, guys, there are loads of options and settings for you to go through. This video will guide you through what you should be looking at. PC will get slightly different, obviously, in regards to display and performance. But the other settings, guys, I guess would work across the board, whether you play on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever. They're good to follow along. Okay, so first things first, something we always do every game, especially on console, and that's the performance settings. Now here, guys, is something you have to do every game. Every other setting we go over today, you can do in-game, which is actually more options in-game area, but this certain setting can only be adjusted at the main menu setting. So for me, because I can deal with 30 frames per second, it honestly doesn't bother me that much due to me being used to it. Now with Monster Hunter Wilds on the console, it's actually hard for me to even think about frame rate and the option here due to the resolution quality. It is utterly terrible in my opinion. Now, Monster Hunter for me is about fast and flowing. The thing is, the frame rate over the resolution makes everything on 34 absolutely hilarious. Balance is decent enough, and it's a setting which kind of prioritizes both, which I can get along with, but for me, resolution is definitely the one why I choose to play on it. If I was playing on PC, obviously this would be an issue, and you get the best of both. On console, you're obviously limited to what you can choose. 30 frames is a better resolution, it's always going to be the way forward. I know a lot of people can't take 30 frames per second, but you can definitely go with that resolution. In fact, you can even turn the frame rate off and get higher than 30 frames. But yeah, resolution is definitely the way. Settings to change measuring gameplay. So in settings, the first one, guys, is the mini-map rotation. Now this one I know is perfect. And for me old, I don't care. But it's properly annoying when the map spins around the player rather than the player spinning around every map. When no full stick look, that actually the player stays in one direction and the map goes around him, and look at how grips with that. So for me, guys, fix the mini-map in place if it annoys you. Okay, so next thing you change, guys, is your map secret.
Looks like it's moving to a new area.
Something I recommend doing, which I know at first might seem like a weird choice. But the reason I say turn it off is because this way it only teleports you or transports you to the targets you have set yourself. If you leave this on and you have more than a few things going on within your certain area, your map, your space that you are exploring, you'll quickly soon realise that secret is taking you to everything along the way to your actually targeted destination. which is not only seriously annoying, but trust me, it gets confusing too, especially when you're within your menu sorting shit out and under no assumption of it happening, only if you two think you've hit your destination when you actually haven't. So yes guys, turn one off. The next setting I recommend you checking out is weapon attack power display. This one guys, I'd also recommend you turning off, and by this I mean selecting display without coefficient. And the reason I say this is because what this will do is show the weapon's raw damage output stats, which looks like monster want to switch this off due to weapons being vastly different. And what this means is weapons are capable of taking in succession more away lower stat damage due to being able to do more shots, which would make sense that it would be lower than a great sword due to how slow they are, they hit like a truck. So if you can make sense of DPS and understand that weapons are actually very different here, I think this is the right option to pick. I'd also say though guys, new players to Monster Hunter World probably won't understand this as much, so probably prefer display with coefficient. As you get used to the game guys and as you progress up, it's definitely one I recommend you try. Next up guys, auto save subject of regulation and maintenance. In my opinion, this is more harm than it does do good. And it's a weird choice to be put on by default, that's for sure. So turning this off guys, definitely seems like the right call to do. Next up, the aim/focus mode. Here guys, I recommend you switching this to toggle instead of having to hold it down. I say this because in the gist of a battle when things are getting a little wild, it's so much easier to just focus on that monster instead of having to hold your trigger down and focus on him, because there's so much stuff going down here. So yeah, changing this to the toggle option in my opinion is definitely the best way of going about this instead of holding it down, holding down that trigger, which in my opinion is hard. We then guys come across to the camera tab. Here you want to come down to the camera and make sure this is turned on. Which if I'm honest, I have no field of view slider here on the console. I'm actually not sure if there's a field of view slider on PC either, so if you guys are watching this, let us know. Look, console I'm definitely so yes, you need to turn it all the way up, but even then guys, it's still a little too close to calculate, but we want as a player to see more of that field, so yeah, the best thing guys here is turning all the way up. Also guys, you're going to turn off that camera shake. I mean, yes, I know it's a opinion, you either love it or hate it, camera shake has to be turned off. And lastly on the graphics guys, turn off that camera shake below. This is just it should never be in games ever, probably besides racing games. I know it's just another opinion, but yeah, motion blur,
We're getting paid
absolutely
well for that
disgusting. Other than that guys, although there are loads of actual settings here, none I really think need to be changed unless you have a certain preference on Monster Hunter games. But if you do have another tip for other players, let us know down below in the comments section. But there we have it guys, for another Monster Hunter video. If you guys enjoyed it, leaving a like really helps me out. If you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to subscribe, and hopefully guys, I will see you on that next one.
I have a W-2 and a 1099, and I spoke with a TurboTax expert who helped me file with confidence. Doing these grinds is hard, but filing with TurboTax is easy.
File your taxes with expert help, plus a final review at no extra charge. 100% accuracy guaranteed.
From the people here.
Hey guys, it's Paradise, and what weapon is right for you in Monster Hunter Wilds? It's one of the biggest questions in Monster Hunter, and while there is no best weapon in the game, Picking a weapon that matches your playstyle can have better results and skyrocket your enjoyment of the game. With 14 weapons in the game, this can be a daunting task. But in this video, we're going to help you find that answer whether you're a new player stepping into Monster Hunter for the first time, or a more experienced player looking for some quick notes on how your weapon has improved. We'll give you a quick breakdown of all the different weapons and some of their changes with what's happened to them in Monster Hunter Wilds, so you kind of know what you're getting into. This is an even more important choice for experienced players now, because Wilds actually lets you take a second weapon out to hunt. With the demo releasing soon, we're excited to help you find which weapon is best for you, so let's dive into it, and you can tell us which weapon you like the look of most. There are few weapons in Monster Hunter that invoke the power of a god and anime. The longsword ranks high amongst them with a balance of speed and power. It has a moveset that allows you to quickly dish out burst damage, while also being able to weave in defensive gameplay via counters. The playstyle revolves around building up your spirit gauge level, which can then be